Thanks for coming with me today. Hopefully you'll enjoy seeing a wee bit of the centre of Krakow. Certainly a place that I'd probably come back to actually. Maybe not do Auschwitz and Birkenau. I think once you've done that once, it's not the most uplifting of things to do. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, click my face down there for a subscription. Please like it, it helps the YouTube algorithm. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye for Krakow. So this is just the wee walk back to the hotel. Nice wee cocktail bar and restaurant. There was one of the cocktail bars around the corner here had a young girl singing and a guy playing the piano last night. She was absolutely excellent. There's quite a few hotels dotted about the square. There's the Wenzel. We're staying in the Hotel Resident. If anybody's coming to Krakow, it's very, very conveniently situated. As I said, just right off the town square, the main square. Very clean, staff are excellent. It's not the most plushest hotels in the world, but it certainly works for us just for a few days. Wee restaurant in there. That's where the girl was singing last night. And this is us coming back down to, I think it's pronounced Grozka Road, where the hotel is situated. And later on, we're going to walk down the bottom of the road here. Whether Anne and Carolyn will come with me, I don't know, because they were pretty shattered after doing about 25,000 steps yesterday. They're not as used to it as me. Down to the bottom of the road there, it'll come out at the big castle by the River Varslow. And we'll have a look at that later. Well, I'm on this morning, it's quiet. I had a wee bit of a dilemma yesterday when I visited Auschwitz and Birkenau. I wanted to film it, but I wanted to make it as respectful as I possibly could, so it was quite a difficult one. I spoke to a few people and they said, you know, certainly do it, but try and be as respectful as possible. So hopefully when I put the Auschwitz video up, I've done the place justice. I tried to. There's not a lot of commentary in it because you were walking around with a guide and you obviously didn't want to interrupt the guide. It would have been very rude. But anyway, hopefully when I put it up over the next few days, you'll just want to watch it, see what actually happened and take it from there. As I say, I've tried to be as respectful as possible. Hopefully that comes across. The hotel is lovely situated. That's the entrance just in the doorway just there, next to the exchange office. And if I come round, this is the main square in Krakow. Which is absolutely beautiful. It was the first Unesco heritage site. And it's rumour, well, they know it is the biggest medieval square in Europe. Architecture's lovely. It's quiet this morning, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. Last night this place was absolutely heaving. You could hardly get a seat in any of the restaurants. And that's the way to get around the town. Show you some more of the buildings. In the centre of the square is a medieval hall, and that houses a lot of wee bars, restaurants, stalls, It won't be open yet, but what we'll do is I'll come back and film probably tonight, and you'll give a look at the place by night. It's quite a mixture of architecture here in the square. There's a wee bit of modernity, but mostly very medieval buildings. They've obviously had facelifts over the years, and this must be the quaintest post office I think you'll ever see. There we go. It's obviously a horse and cart, but it is actually the post office. The square stretches for miles, even down the other side. Well, not miles, but you know what I mean. We've even got a Zara in the main square. The Poles, having been around Poland for the last couple of days, they're a very, very proud nation. You'll see everywhere that they've got a Polish flag. Some look down a couple of the side streets. The big castle's down on my left hand side, which I'm going to go and film later. But some really interesting buildings. The good thing is the modernity haven't looked out of place. I mean, there's the Hard Rock Cafe, but the facade of the building's still in the same design as it was years ago. Wouldn't be Poland without the church. There's the church down there. And this is the central Krakow Cathedral. It's a big university town, Krakow. It's got one of the oldest universities in Europe. Similar to the age of the university where I work in Glasgow. The 1400s. You'll see what I mean about the size of the square. It's absolutely lovely. Surrounded by cafes, restaurants, bars. As I say, it stretches for a fair way down both the side streets. Very, very green in the centre of Krakow. There's some lovely wee parks just on the way down towards the castle and the river, which we'll show you later. It'll probably take 10 minutes to walk around the square, but I thought I'd show you it in the morning, as it's certainly a lot quieter than it was last night. And this was the central trading hall where the merchants used to meet. Very, very big salt industry in Poland, as you'll probably see later on in one of my vlogs down the salt mine. As I said, the central market's shut up just now, but I'll come back tonight when it's open. It's really quite interesting down there. You can probably see if I go closer. There we go, down through the middle. As I say, all these sort of wee stalls and stuff like that will all be opened up later. It's a Sunday morning, and after the partying that was going on last night in here, I'm surprised anybody's up at all. Costa? There's quite a lot of things named after Chopin, the composer, obviously being from Krakow. You'll see the size of the square now. This is just half of it, and there's, as they would say in Italy, a campanile, or the bell tower, and again just full of really interesting wee bars, restaurants, pay a wee bit more of a premium in the centre of Krakow than you do down like in the Jewish quarter, which we'll be heading to later, just for a walk around. We've even got a Mackie D's in the centre of the square here. There's the central market. You can actually walk through the middle of it in the morning because the two sides are where the gates are to stop you going in. There's lots of jewellers and very fine arts and crafts, so obviously that's why it's locked up when it's not opened. In fact, if I go along there, you'll be able to see there we go. There's the entrance and the gap through the middle of the market. So this is the main medieval square in Krakow. There's the clock showing it is 7:10 in the morning for the non-believers out there. I was speaking to the driver that took us to the salt mines in Auschwitz and Birkenau yesterday, and he said that his English was absolutely perfect, but he said that he could understand nobody wanting to learn Polish. It's one of the most hard languages in the world to learn. Lots of statues and murals to famous people. This is Igor Midrajaj Erosbendado, whatever that means. Sorry, my Polish is not up to standard. But anyway, I just thought I'd let you see the main square in Krakow. Just a wee short walk round the main square today. Hope you don't find it too boring. Good morning, everybody. I'm in Krakow in the city square, just to give you a rough idea where I am. The city square is right in front of me, and behind that takes you down to the Wallitzer Castle. Remember, if you haven't before, please like and subscribe. It's absolutely free, and we'll go along the rest of the journey around the square. Head back up to the room. Just wanted to show you this. This is just outside the back of the hotel. There's a wee restaurant. There was a wee folk band in here last night. There's so many of these places in Krakow, it'd take you months to find them all out the back streets, along alleyways and avenues. Tremendous. Just remember, hit the subscribe button down there, and thanks for watching, and appreciate everybody watching, everybody commenting, and thank you so much for subscribing to my wee channel.